So we already looked at replacing or changing macro lenses and just general changing bayonet mount lenses on a DSLR camera. Right now I have a 50mm prime lens on this, and I'm going to see how close I can get to this subject on my little set here before things start to go out of focus. Now this is a prime lens, so it doesn't zoom in and out. I'm going to change how this looks in the lens by moving the camera or the subject closer. So here we go. I'm doing a little manual focus, and I'm going to go see if I can get something that's a nice sharp focus on my two characters there. So at that distance, which is more than a foot, I can get pretty good focus on my characters. Let's see, if I go in a little bit, see if I can get focus on those guys again. And I'm really looking at the faces of one of those characters to make sure, I'm looking at Thor mostly, make sure his face is in nice focus, and it's okay. And this is pretty consistent with what's marked on this lens, because I can see it says 1.1 feet to infinity is the focal distance that this lens can handle. So anything nearer than 1.1 feet is probably going to be out of focus. And we'll try it right now. I really want to get a closer shot of these guys. I want them in a close-up. We'll see if I can get anything any close to focus if I'm closer than 1 foot. And that's not really doing it. It's super blurry. So let's say, yeah, I have to be at least a foot away with this lens to get focus. Not all prime lenses are like that, and not necessarily all lenses that are not macro lenses will behave like that, but we're going to put a different lens on this and try it out. And I'm changing this lens out just the same way I did with the other one. This one is my macro lens. All right. I can see right now I'm kind of out of focus, but I'll work on things a little bit. And yeah, at this distance where that lens wasn't performing, I can get pretty tight focus on those guys. Let's see if we can get closer. I might even have to remove part of my set so I can get even closer with my lens. Let's see if I can focus this close. Oh yeah, it helps to have, if I want both of those guys in the shot at the same time and both of these characters in focus, I have to keep them on about the same focal plane, same distance away from the lens, because at this kind of distance, I can get one of those guys in sharp focus and still have the other one completely blurry. So we'll just keep going in and see what we can do. We'll go really tight on Thor. I might have to turn up, if I'm looking this close at something with a constricted aperture, I might have to even turn up the light level. So let's see if we can focus on Thor this close. And I have his face in really good tight focus, but we're so close that I can even change focus between Thor's hair and his face, which are only a couple of millimeters apart in distance from the lens. So that's something. One of the things I'm starting to notice now, even though I have this light set up to light my set, I'm not getting very much light on my subject here. So here's another thing that you can do that's pretty cool with this macro lens. Taking off this lens hood that prevents glare from affecting my lens. There's a button on the side of this lens. If I push that, oh, I've got this little light ring. If I push it again, I can change the intensity. So we'll try it like this. So if I'm this close to my subject, I can even light it with the lens. And that's pretty cool. Maybe this is what I wanted to get with my, yeah, let's get a little controller, game controller in there. And I'll get tight focus on his face, and at least part of the controller is in really good focus. So let's say that that's what we wanted out of the shot. Got it recorded. All right. Thanks for checking it out.